Hi, this is Mark. Welcome back to my channel. The election is over and I'm going to talk about what that means for your COVID stimulus check, the one that you haven't gotten yet. Now, before I get started, if you could do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, I would really appreciate it, and let's get started. I'm going to try to keep this video as objective and apolitical as I possibly can. It is not my intention at all to make the point that these people or this political party are bad, or that they are the problem, and that this other tribe or people are good. I don't want to go there at all. I'm going to try to be as rational and reasonable about this and just look at it from an objective point of view to determine what I think will happen. Catherine Rampell is a reporter, columnist for the Washington Post that I have a lot of respect for. She's very knowledgeable and writes very well on political, economic issues. She's come out and written that there must be a new stimulus package right now, not 3 months from now, right now. And while I agree with her, that's not what this video is going to be about. It's not what I think should happen. It's what I think will happen. Now, I don't have any particular insight. I don't have any anonymous sources, no deep throats deep inside the administration or in Washington, D.C., none of that. This is just my analysis and what I think is going to happen. There are three alternatives, and I'm going to go through them one by one and tell you which one I think is going to happen and why. So what does this mean? Well, it means that we have a period of 74 days where the status quo is going to change and the Republicans are going to control the White House and the Senate, and the Democrats are going to have a large majority in the House. So the first thing that might happen is that a COVID stimulus bill could be passed before the new president takes office on January 20th. I don't think that's going to happen. And the reason I don't think it's going to happen is that there's a lot of distrust between both parties right now. The country is very divided. The outgoing president is probably pretty upset that he lost. He's going to continue to battle in the courts to try to overturn the election. So I believe he's going to be busy with that. He's going to be of no mind. He's going to have no temperament to want to compromise with the Democrats in the House to pass a stimulus bill. Additionally, anything that might help the economy would help his successor, the new president, and I don't believe he's going to want to do that either. So any economic stimulus bill is not going to be something that's going to be a high priority for him. So the first alternative, that something happens in the next 74 days before the new president takes office, I don't think it's going to happen. Now, the second alternative is that nothing happens at all. There's just no stimulus package. And I think that's also unlikely, because I think that the pressure is going to continue to build. Right now, the economy has only recovered about half of the jobs that were lost in the March and April timeframe, when basically the whole economy was shut down. And there are still about 22 million people who are on some type of government assistance. Additionally, a lot of those benefits are getting ready to expire. A lot of people are moving on to extended benefits, and even some of those are going to expire soon. Finally, the economy is starting to slow down a little bit. We were in a deep hole before, so it was easy to add jobs in the beginning, especially because the government was handing out stimulus checks in the form of the $1,200 stimulus check that went out to people last summer. The economy is still adding jobs at the rate of about 600,000 or 700,000 per month, but that's slowing down. So that's a reason to be concerned for the economists. For all those reasons, I think that there's going to be a lot of pressure on the government to do another round of stimulus, especially because the margins in the House have narrowed and the margins in the Senate are going to be so small. There's not a lot of room for wiggling because there just isn't that big a difference in terms of the number of senators and the number of House members who are Democrat or Republican. So they're going to all be feeling a lot of pressure to get something done. Additionally, I think that with the new president, the House and the new president will get together on a deal, and that will put even more pressure on the Senate to come together and find some type of a compromise. So I don't think that no stimulus package at all is a reasonable outcome. So that leaves the third alternative, which is that something will happen, but it won't happen before the next president is inaugurated on January the 20th. I also think this is the most likely outcome because as the number one priority in terms of what he's going to try to get done in his first 100 days, the president-elect has said, I'm going to put together a COVID roadmap, a COVID task force to figure out a solution to dealing with the COVID problem. And that's going to have to include a COVID stimulus package. So my best guess for the time frame would be somewhere within the first 100 days. And since it's probably going to be some type of a stimulus check, it's going to go through the Treasury Department likely. There's likely to be a direct stimulus check along the lines of the $1,200 per person that was received last summer. That's probably going to go through the IRS. There's also going to be extended employment benefits. Again, that's also going to go through the Treasury Department. So my guess is that that's somehow going to be tied in with tax day. So I would look for something to happen in the March or April timeframe. That's my best guess, looking at what's happened so far, where the people are, and what I expect to happen going forward. So that's my analysis of what I think is going to happen in the next 74 days and then the next 2 or 3 months after that. I would love to hear what you have to say, what you think about what I've said. If you have any comments, please leave them down below. I would love to hear what you have to say. This is Mark, and I hope you've enjoyed my video. If you have, I would encourage you to please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.